Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are swatching Bee's Knees Lacquer's newest collection, Frankenstein Part 2. Now Part 1 was super fun, there were lots of magnetics, so let's go through Part 2 and see what we find. First up we have My Place Was Never in This World. And this one looks like an actually pretty big grain glitter, and it has like a rosy kind of tint to it. I wouldn't even say rose gold, like it's really just a rose. I like big glitters, so I'm excited to swatch this one. This one is We Can Both Be Human. This one has kind of a finer shimmer to it, and it looks a little shifty, but just a little bit, between like a gold and a pink. This one is called She Is Gone and I Long to Follow. This one looks like a nice neutral color, and this one is also a magnetic. I'm thinking that the magnetic particles are going to be that nice, pretty kind of neutral greenish shifty that you're seeing in there, but we will see once I get it on the nail. This one is called The Spirit of the Forest, and I'm thinking this one is going to be my favorite of the collection. It's a super fine shimmer, and it is like a neon green. Like if Chemical X were to have a nail polish color, I feel like this would be it. This one is called Merciless Life. It is also a magnetic, and I'm really excited for this one. It looks like the base color is kind of a dark, dusty purple, and that we're gonna get a nice shimmer of like maybe a cold blue metallic. I don't know, but I'm excited for this one. This one is But I Felt So Cold. This one reminds me a little bit of Maman from the part 1 of this collection, but it's not so white. It's a gray with like a really pearlescent shimmer to it. And I'm wondering if it's going to be like as bold and kind of glowy as Maman was, because I loved that one. This shade is called The Horror of the Truth. This one is also a magnetic, and it's kind of, it has a purple shift to it, but it's kind of a less bold purple. And it also has some green to it, which is also a little less bright and bold. So I'm kind of interested to see how this one turns out. This one is called He Can Leave. It is also a magnetic. It's almost like a blurple in this one. There's like a blue purple, and then there's like a really deep green. So it's looking like the green is probably going to be the magnetic, but we'll see how it turns out. This one is called Forgive Yourself into Existence. This one is also a magnetic, and this one is also kind of those more muted, less bold, shifty colors. There's a purple and a green and a little bit of a blue in there from what I'm seeing. We'll see what it looks like once it's magnetized, because it's kind of hard to tell. Then we've got this one, Small Kindness. I feel like a lot of this collection is various shades of green and purple shiftiness, but just like exploring the different hue values, because this one also is a magnetic that shifts green and kind of purple, but there's also a little bit of a neutral shift in there. So once we magnetize it, I'm imagining it will turn out fairly different from the other magnetics. We'll have to see. This is called I Would Demand a Companion, and this is a super bold, bright, shifty shade. So this is what I'm talking about when I say those other ones aren't as bright and bold. Just look at the colors on this one. It's like the back of one of those beetles that has like the super shiny carapace. Like this is gonna be so gorgeous. This one is called Take Me With You. It's quite similar to the other one I just showed you, but this one looks like it has a little bit more of a green-orange shift in it, as well as the blue-purple, and it is also a magnetic, so it will probably look different once it is all magnetized. Okay, now that we have got all of those polishes looked at, let's get to swatching and see how they look on the nail.
Okay, this one is My Place Was Never in This World. This is really pretty. The base is like, it's like just barely there rose, and that glitter is just everywhere. It's so beautiful. With the second coat, I'm just hoping to get a little bit stronger coverage with the base. I feel like you could wear this with one coat. Yeah, but I like this better. This is really gorgeous. Okay, this one is We Can Both Be Human. This is interesting. The base right now is looking kind of gray, but I think it might be kind of a purple. And then it has a gold shifty magnetic piece to it. Yeah, that base does have a little bit more purple to it once it has the second coat on. It's definitely kind of a gray purple, but it's there. And even that base has a little bit of shimmer in it, which I'm just noticing now. It's like a pinprick, almost red, and then the gold magnetic. It's so pretty. This one is She Is Gone and I Long to Follow. This one has a really pretty, it's like a brownish but a rosy brown kind of a base to it. And then it's got like this really nice rosy magnetic. That's gonna be so pretty. This is so pretty. It's registering as really brown on the camera, but to my eye and my lighting, it's a really nice rosy brown, especially that magnetic shimmer is really pink. And then there's sort of like another under shade that is sort of a brownish. This one is The Spirit of the Forest. Wow, yes, this is really like an acid neon green. This is a lot of fun. I am honestly over the moon about this shade. This is such a fun color. I love these bright, kind of obnoxious shades, and I feel like we don't get as many of them as we used to from indies. I'm excited. This one is showing brush strokes pretty strongly though. Okay, this one is called Merciless Life, and it is a magnetic and a thermal. So I have super short nails right now, but I'll see if I can get it to change colors. But right now, probably in its warm state, it's looking, there's like a dark gray base to it, and then the metallic shimmer is like, there's kind of a warmer silver and a colder silver both in there. And this has a base of like a nice dark deep gray. But then it has two silver shimmers, and like I said, one is just a little bit warmer, like maybe a little bit champagne, and the other is like a cooler silver shimmer. And this one is called But I Felt So Cold. Okay, so it's not going to be that same glowy formula as Maman. It's more of like a low-key gray, but it has a purple shimmer to it that adds some cool effects. It's just not immediately apparent. This shade is The Horror of the Truth. Oh, this is pretty. It's got like a purple base to it, and it's a really very mauvey purple. And then we've got a green magnetic line and kind of a bluish magnetic line. I can kind of see that magnetic coming out even stronger with 2 coats. And the green and the blue are just stunning in this. Okay, this shade is He Can Leave. Oh my goodness. This kind of reminds me of the Aurora. This shade is even more purple in its base. It kind of makes the other one look very reddish purple, but it has that same kind of green blue magnetic going on. So pretty. And the green and the blue are really pretty here too in this purple base. Love that. This is the shade Forgive Yourself Into Existence. And this has like a black base. And this magnetic is more of a purple blue. I really love this one with the black base. The blue shift is gorgeous. Look at that shift. There's like blue and purple and a little green. Just gorgeous. I just can't get over these magnetics. So pretty. Okay, here is the next shade, Small Kindness. And this one is also looking like it has kind of a black base, but it is purple and kind of a green, and it's magnetic. You can almost barely see the green there. This shade is I Would Demand a Companion. Wow. Yeah, I see how that is going to be some awesome multi-chrome shiftiness there. Just adore this color. Look at the way those shimmers shift. And this shade is called Take Me With You. This is interesting. It has like a shimmer base as well as having some magnetic in it that I think is like a purple blue. But the shimmer base almost has like some orange in it. Super pretty. You can see that blue magnetic line and how it's standing out from the other shimmer. This is gorgeous.
Okay, time to talk about my favorites now that I have swatched them all. As I expected, my probably favorite of the collection was the Spirit of the Forest. It's interesting to me because this green is not really giving forest. It's really like it makes me think of 90s shows with like the toxic evil waste, you know, like in Captain Planet, they'd pour like toxic waste on him and it would be like bright green. Like this is the color that I think of when I think of that. But it's really cool. I love it. I can't wait to do a full mani with this because I feel like it works really well with some of my more like neon colors. I'm excited for this one. My other favorite was this one. This one is called My Place Was Never in This World. And why I like this one is it's giving, let's see, who has a bunch of those? I think it was Zoya released this kind of polish that was just like a kind of gritty glitter. And that was its whole point. Oh, it was called Pixie Dust. That's what it was called. And that was its whole point, to just be a gritty glitter that had this very different texture on the nail. And I loved those. I think OPI had a version too, but I don't remember what theirs was called. But anyway, this is what that reminds me of. If you didn't put a top coat on this and put like maybe 3 coats on, I feel like it would give that same like gritty feeling. It just looks really cool, I think. But then I like weird finishes on nail polish. You can also put a top coat over it, and then it's like a really nice glitter. I like the little black specks in among all the rosy glitters. It's kind of fun. And then I really loved this one, Take Me With You. That just had such an Aurora vibe to it, with the like dark base and the colors that were such beautiful like Aurora colors, especially with the cat eye magnet. I feel like this just turned out so cool. I kind of also want to try this with a velvet effect, and just see how that looks as well. But I feel like with that cat eye, it truly looks like the Aurora, and I kind of have an obsession with the Northern Lights, so gorgeous. Okay, no, I had a mix up. I get so confused sometimes with these BKL polishes because they can look so different in the bottle, as opposed to what they look like on the nail. I got confused. The Aurora one is actually this one, Forgive Yourself Into Existence. Super gorgeous. Love that one. But this one is also really great. This one, Take Me With You, is the one that had like that really pretty blue magnetic shift to it, even though it also had like a really cool shimmer orange outside of that. And I loved this one. I think some people, you know, have some criticisms that are valid of polishes that have a lot going on. Like there's shimmer and there's a magnetic thing and maybe there's some multi-chrome shiftiness. And this polish has all of them and I love it. I am just all over things that are too much. I myself can be too much. So I love a good too much polish. My other thing was that we got a lot of really similar magnetics this collection. And I see that I see where they're going. Like it's fun to play around with formulas. It's fun to like tweak something a little bit and just see like, well, how different will it be? But not that different. I mean, each shimmer did have slightly different colors. Each polish did have a slightly different base, but slightly would be, I think, the most accurate word to use because it wasn't super different. So that was He Can Leave, The Horror of the Truth, Small Kindness, and even that one I really liked, Forgive Yourself Into Existence. All 4 of those were quite similar. Which is why I was really impressed with Take Me With You, because that one at least did something different. Like it put a bunch of shimmer in there and everything looked a little different. It was super pretty. So I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say this this brand that releases 12 polishes every single month, that's a lot of polishes in a year, needs to work a little bit harder to make things different. Because I'm sure most people do not buy the entire collection like I buy the entire collection. So in that case, it's good to have a little bit of a choice. But if you're the kind of person who is buying the whole collection, this one may not be on your radar just because of how similar some of those shades are. Those are my thoughts about the new Frankenstein Part 2 collection from Bee's Knees Lacquer. Overall, I really liked it. I know I was being kind of critiquey today. But overall, I really enjoyed this collection. I especially like the new formula of magnetics. They always turn out so pretty with those fine shimmer particles. Love them. They look like glass. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have anything that you would like to say about the collection, please do put it down in the comments below. I would love to talk to you all about it. Thank you, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day.